Getting a red card without kicking the ball? Or a protection rule that makes goalies superheroes? It's a crazy game. And just when you think you know it all, these are the weirdest rules in football. And first off is the insane rule hack that's even on FIFA. See, in a standard match, it's usually 11 players on each team. But when some random dude decides to channel his inner Sergio Ramos and gets sent off, the other team has to play with 10 men. And if it's 2 red cards, it's 9. Now, one day, I was wondering what happens if I get all my players sent off. And no, I didn't have to make a FIFA team full of Ramoses. I just hit up the game and started racking up the red cards until the match stopped. Now, I thought I probably hit match restart or something, until I saw the other team celebrating. Decided to look it up, and the results were stunning. According to the rules, the team must have at least 7 players on the field, meaning if more than 5 people get sent off, the ref has to stop the game and give the opposing team a 3-0 walkover win. Crazy, right? Football and red cards are pretty wild. And here's when it gets even crazier. You can get sent off without even playing. I know that face, Tim. Me after hiding my algebra report card, and my mom finds out. See guys, Cahill wasn't even playing at the time. He was only a sub on the bench, but he still got sent off. The reason is that the substitutes and the entire dudes on the bench of a team are still considered active members of the team. And because of that, the same card rules that apply to the dudes on the field are used for them as well. This one doesn't just end with the players too. Even the coaches and the technical team can get red cards too. Just ask Jose. Pretty sure Jose's not a big fan of this one, but that's what it is. See, the refs use cards to control the players in the game and make sure the match is played fair. But recently, a secret new card rule just came out, and this one has everyone going nuts. Imagine getting fouled and still bagging a yellow card. Now, the reason for this is because part of the new rules for the current season states that any footballer who raises his hands at the official or tries to tell him what to do would get an automatic yellow. So yeah, some crazy dude could take you out, then you try to complain to the ref, and he ends up booking you for it? Seriously, man, who makes these rules? Probably just want players to let the refs do their jobs, but come on. If someone tackles me hard, I'm yelling out ASAP. I mean, I legit thought that this was the weirdest rule in the game, until I came across this next one, and it'll blow your mind. See, now VAR is a common feature in the game. Anytime a goal is scored, the players have to chill a bit for the refs to confirm if the goal is okay at all, which is common stuff now. But a couple of months back, VAR was called into question after an insane sequence of events. Milik scores a winner, takes off his shirt, and gets sent off. The goal gets disallowed, but his second yellow still stands. Madness! Gotta check back on the rules for this one. And it turns out they're right. See, according to FIFA, even if the goal gets disallowed, the player's celebration still has the same effect and can't be taken back. So if it's an illegal celebration, like taking off your shirt or running into the stands, it's going to get you a yellow card. I won't lie, this one kinda sounds fair enough. But what isn't fair is the special rule that gives goalies superpowers on the field. Now, goalkeepers are a very important part of the game. Imagine a game without a goalie, an all-you-can-score buffet for Erling Haaland. But seriously, goalies are a main part of the game. But it kind of feels like FIFA takes their love for these guys a bit too far, creating a special rule just to protect them. In a game, when a player gets injured, they have to wait until the ball goes out of play, and then leave the field to go get treated, before asking the ref for permission to come back on. But for goalies, all of that goes out the window. If a goalie gets injured, the ref has to stop the game. Then they're the only dudes that are allowed to stay on the field to get treated. Now, a few months ago, some dude took full advantage of this rule, just so he could help his team. He faked an injury so his teammates could all get snacks to break a fast. Now that's something you don't see every day. But there are some limitations to these goalie superpowers though, like the 6-count rule that could have them sent off. Ever played FIFA, seen your goalie pick up the ball, and a 6-second timer appears on your screen? Well, it isn't a glitch, it's a technical rule. See, back in 1974, the legendary Danish goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel came up with a crazy time-wasting hack. Whenever he and his teammates wanted to see out a game, they'd keep passing the ball to him. Then he'd pick it up, wait for a ridiculous amount of time, and repeat the cycle. It was embarrassing to watch. And right after that, FIFA came up with a new law that states goalies can only hold the ball for a maximum of 6 seconds. Anything more than that, and the opposing team gets an indirect free kick. But these dudes weren't giving up, and found another way around this one. So what happened was most times, the goalie would make sure he's cleared everyone out of the area, and then pick up the ball. And this was the trend for years, until my homeboy Nani busted him straight up. Well, it isn't. See, turns out that Nani's goal was legal, because even though the Spurs goalie thought the free had blown for a free kick, he never did, meaning the ball was back in play. When the goalie drops the ball, play becomes active, meaning Nani sneaking up on him like that is completely legal. Told you there was crazy stuff you didn't know about the game, just like this next one. It's completely legal. So here's the deal. This one is in stages. In the rules, it says when taking a penalty, the ball must be kicked forward. It didn't say the ball must be kicked into the goal, meaning if you move the ball with a small amount of force, stage 1 complete. Now for stage 2, it's a bit more complicated. When taking a pen, all players except the person taking a pen and the goalie are allowed to be in the box. So to be able to execute this one, the person you're passing to has to be quick enough to rush and slam it home. And that's the plan. You both have to practice hard on this one, because it goes 2 ways, like Messi and Suarez did to get it right, or like this. Complete bum! See guys, there's just something about penalties and strange rules that has everyone confused. It's very common to see a player take a pen, the goalie saves it, and he slams home the rebound. But I'd bet you didn't know that if the ball comes off the post or hits the bar, the dude who took the pen can't take a rebound shot. Why? Well, it's like this. Since you're the last person who kicked the ball before it hit the post, it technically hasn't touched anyone else after that. Meaning if you kick it again, you've touched the ball twice from the spot, and that's a foul. Riyad Boudabous had to learn that the hard way. But with all these crazy rules, recently, FIFA had a new one in place that's actually cool, and was created to save lives. The concussion sub. Most official competitions allow teams to make a maximum of 5 substitutions in a game. But now, thanks to FIFA, they introduced the concussion sub, which allows teams to make a change if a player gets injured or whacked in the head. The reason for this is because head injuries are pretty dangerous. And even though it's a serious sport, no one wants to see a footballer die on the field. So this one kinda solves it. Oh, and subscribing to Goal Zone too! Imagine telling a pro footballer you haven't subscribed to Goal Zone yet! Could make them lose their minds!